Mother, Father, Goddess, God, universe listening. This is my most beloved family. My mother, grandmother. On my mother's side, I knew the best, my mother, and she gave to me to know about my grandmother, and my sister and my nephew and his young woman friend. These are my most beloved family on earth, and I have been amazed how so many of my family have been deceived and caught up in a culture which has become a death culture in our part of the world and is promoting that death culture all around the world because we haven't understood that we needed to change paradigm around the year 2000. And there are millions of people ready to do that, actually hundreds of millions, but what is slowing this process down is a very controlled media. We do know that these hangouts in the era are bringing forth the truer voices of our world. I've just been on 2 of the programs on here, Peace News Now and Nuclear Fire Show, both of which are teaching our needing audiences to understand we must not only question authority, we must understand that those in authority are in the wrong paradigm right now, and they are doing destructive impact upon our world, even though they may in their minds think they're doing the best they can. There is a new way, and we are delivering it with you. It's called the New Millennial Golden Rule, and it protects everyone. It provides for 3 major components, ingredients or wheels or pillars of the New Millennial Golden Rule that are conceptual. One is the implementation of the Panchayat Raj, which already exists in all the villages of India, a population larger than that of the United States and Canada combined, and has decision-making that is at least 50% female and 50% male and full representation for all minorities in the village, and no money involved in the selection of the decision-makers. This is the simple path that every part of our planet can experience democracy and have it be in the context of a local area where the people know the children, know the elders, know one another as peers, and do not have the false hierarchy that destroys society over time. The second pillar of the New Millennial Golden Rule is the Genuine Progress Indicator, already in use in Maryland. It provides for the economic estimate of the value of unpaid work, which is what most people do most of if they care about their world of their children and their lives, and do the greatest amount of unpaid work: child care, elder care, family care, meal preparation, house cleaning, marketing, doing things for neighbors, becoming a chauffeur for kids to going back and forth. All of these things that women do and are not counted are counted under the New Millennial Rule, and men's efforts too, because men do, although not quite as much, a substantial amount of unpaid work, and that's where usually their hearts lie. And so we need to credit these labors of love and the economic system that is in use in the state of Maryland. I call it Mary's economics. Counts what we really value, and also particularly counts social variables that delineate well-being, such as higher education as opposed to incarceration, and it has negative indexes for crime and time spent in traffic, and positive indexes for what we value in human relationships, higher education, stewardship of the wetlands, and so forth. And this is compositely calculated and regularly calculated, plotted and graphed to show how it is drastically different from gross domestic product, which really is very gross and needs to be retired and put behind us. And we're using consciousness currency to convey this to people and the third is the use of reparative circles, a process that is healing for people to share their stories, their family stories, their her and histories, and genealogically as well as community-wide, and what they've experienced in their lives and what they've learned and what they want to do for the future. It's a great place to learn. You can learn about everything from Reiki and healing and techniques of healing that are not involved in needing money or drugs or anything except natural processes and love. And you can also learn about things like how to implement solar energy quickly in your neighborhood, which has already been done in a neighborhood right very close to me, Mount Pleasant, Washington, D.C. They're in the shadow of idiocy. They have brought themselves into the light of the 21st century. They're almost, I believe, 100% solar in that neighborhood. So that's the New Millennial Golden Rules conceptual components. The fourth component is you yourself. You ladies, and you men who support the ladies and will back them up on the Panchat Raj and the counting of unpaid work. Understand their situation is important, and also men who understand how we've got to eliminate domestic violence and the terrorizing of women and lack of heeding of women. That seems to be hallmarks of our fallen culture and many fallen cultures around the world. And of course, the fifth pillar is God is God, who are always present. God is God is a process, invisible but visible, always there, never lacking, but we often don't perceive and connect with it spiritually enough, and too often our spirituality talks only about the father and not the mother, and that really screws people up mentally, because they wind up thinking that spirituality is patriarchy, and it is not, and that you can just look out your window, see the flowers and the grasses and the trees. That's Mother Nature, and she is powerful, and you wouldn't have a planet without her. So a living planet. And the God aspect, the masculine aspect, respects the feminine aspect, which gives the beauty of our planet, as you see in these budding flowers in water. This light was given me to a person who strives for enlightenment but needs so much, because so many of our even intelligent people have been dumbed down by the media, and they don't understand the parts of the story they're missing. So God is always present, and we hope that this planet is not doomed. We pray that it's not doomed, and that nobody on it is doomed, and that we can find our way back to where we once belonged, in a paradisal planet with kindness toward each and every person, both genders, all races, all hues. I don't call them races. I call them all hues and geographical origins of the human family and the human family tree of love, life, and light. We love you all. Anyone who is listening, you're welcome to participate in these, and also in teleconference calls, which are every day from at 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at 213-416-1560, and the access code is 877-907-160. And also, you should definitely visit the website where you can read the New Millennial Golden Rule at 5050now.wordpress.com. It is everything you need to know to make your planet survive if we can switch to it quickly. This paradigm change has to happen or we'll all die. So we have to do this quickly and intensely and with love, and do the best we can to bring this shift about. I thank you for listening. Thank you, Mother, Father, Goddess, God, for all the blessings of the day. I wanted to see, sometimes I'm joined by one of, or sometimes both of my kitty cats. And they are here too. And we wish all people well. Some of us need a lot of paying attention, more paying attention to what we've been doing and not doing to make our world a better place. And this is something that we must need to do, and we need to learn to listen, especially on issues of gender and hierarchy in our society. We need to listen, to listen. Every blessing to all, our women, our children, amen.